Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the championship round here in Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. Hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. Oh, and somebody spun already back there. I'm not sure who it was. And we're also welcoming Dale Jr. to the race here. It's his series debut here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Larson Rocks on the pole, takes the early lead, and there's a 3-car battle behind them. Oh, looks like Punisher Drummer got a bit of a bump from Humpy in the 43 car. Punisher Drummer in the 38, Humpy in the 43. Ooh. Race leader hit the wall, Timac hit the wall. They both keep it pointed in the right direction. Just Ken has passed Dale Jr. for fourth, and now he's got around Humpy for third in the number 47 car. Ken comes into this race as the points leader. Timac comes into this race only 2 points behind Ken in the standings. The NOSSCAR X2 Series has a very unique point system. It's a 22 race season, however it is the driver's 8 highest points accumulations from races that add up to be their total amount of points in the point standings. Therefore, 26 points is the most you can receive from one race, winning the race and leading the most laps. So 26 times 8 is 208, therefore that is the most points any driver can accumulate this season, in one season. It allows all the drivers to stay very close in the championship standings, and it remains very competitive that way. Also, it allows certain drivers to be able to miss races if they need to work, or if they need to do certain things outside of video games, and still have a shot at winning the championship. And now we got word there that somebody's out of the race already, and we're not sure who it is. But they were taken out in a wreck on the back straightaway a couple of laps ago. And it's your Dunn son in the number 6 car that's out of this race. He and Throbbing Bane. Number 6 and number 5 are both out of this race. Remember, Throbbing Bane in the 5 car, he enters this race in 3rd in the point standings. So it's a very tough break for him. As you can see, your Dunn son says, "Have a good night." One of the more respectful NOSSCAR drivers. Always a top 5 caliber driver, pretty much no matter where we go. And now Wood Dog takes 4th place from Ken. Wood Dog drives the number 3. And now he is in the 4th position. Dale Jr. in the 88 is beginning to reel in the front 2 drivers. He's now up in 3rd. And gaining ground quickly. It's now down to less than a second between he and Timac 11. That's going to be a battle for 2nd in the near future here. There's already been a couple of cars on pit road. I believe Humpy might have been one of them, and I'm not sure who this is now on pit road. Kind of looked like it was Tyler Scott in the 78 car. And he's already getting service. It's quite early in the race, so he must have either a tire that was going down or perhaps some very severe damage at Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you're just joining us, the leaders are working lap 9, and this is the final race of the Season 5 NOSSCAR X2 Series Championship season. Race 22 of 22 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the day race. Ken in the number 47 car, your points leader with 6 wins this season. Timac 11 in the 24 car with 5 wins this season, 2 points behind Ken, sitting in second in the standings. Throbbing Bane, 10 points behind Ken, sitting in third in the standings with 3 wins this season. And then you got Larson Rocks and Wood Dog and Ricky and Your Done Son and several others battling for 4th on back. Punisher Drummer as well, Trouble for You. A lot of drivers having a very, very successful season here in the NOSSCAR X2 Series. For more information on how to sign up and become a driver, or for more information about race results, full point standings, schedules, visit www.NOSSCAR.com. You can search NOSSCAR Series Racing on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You'll find all of our social media accounts. And there was a wreck on the back straightaway, and I'm not sure who all was involved. I think Humpy in the 43 car might have been involved. It looked like in total that it was a 4-car incident, and there's one car that's definitely not going very quickly here, and whoever that car was definitely got the worst end of the deal. It's Larson Rocks that is your race leader in the number 31 car. Punisher Drummer comes down pit road. It must have been him that was involved in the wreck with Humpy. Punisher Drummer has 1 win this season. And it was a bit of a heartbreaker. Punisher Drummer has had 2 heartbreakers this season. Oh, we got a spin. It looks like it's Tyler Scott in the 78. He's going to gather it back up and keep going, but he goes 1 lap down in the process. Or perhaps maybe another lap down, because I believe he might have been the car on pit road a couple of laps ago. And Punisher Drummer, I'll continue what I was saying. Punisher Drummer has had 2 heartbreakers this season. Though he's got the 1 win, he should maybe have 3. He got involved in a late wreck on the last lap at Pocono. 2 lapped cars wrecked with each other right in front of him, and Punisher Drummer had nowhere to go. Timac came around to win the race. And then just last race at Kansas, which was race 21 of 22, he ran out of fuel. Punisher Drummer ran out of fuel on the final lap on the back straightaway, trying to stretch the pit strategy, and it didn't quite work out, and he ended up finishing in 3rd place, right behind Your Done Son in the number 6 car. And it would be Timac in the number 24 that would win at Kansas Speedway, get his 5th win of the season, and put himself only 2 points behind Ken for the championship race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And that's where we are right now, folks. That's how we got here. Ooh, Timac makes contact with the wall coming into turn 4. Larson Rocks is your race leader. Timac 2nd. Wood Dog has taken 3rd from Dale Jr. Oh, I believe Dale Jr. is actually on pit road in the number 88. And now there's Mananger in the 48 car. He's spun. He goes 1 lap down. Larson Rocks comes down pit road. Timac's going to stay out and get the bonus point. His tires are in terrible shape here, though. And then you got to expect Timac to be on pit road very soon. Wood Dog running in 2nd, Ricky in 3rd, Smokin' Joe in 4th. But remember, green flag pit stops have begun here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Flat tire, I told you. 3 back, coming low. Clear left side. Car approaching low. Too fast, man, check up.
Timac 11 comes to pit road. It actually looks like Wood Dog missed pit road. Looks like Ricky missed pit road.
Get ready. Give me a fast stop here, guys.
Those are 2 drivers that were competing for the win here today, and they both had very high hopes and a very good chance. So a really tough break for Wood Dog and Ricky. Wood Dog was running in the top 4 before green flag pit stops began. So a very tough break for Wood Dog in the number 3 machine.
We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting your mark.
And after the cycle of pit stops, Ken goes by Timac, the points leader. Ken is in the number 47. Ricky has currently scored the race leader, but like I said, he missed pit road. So when these guys come around, that'll be a change for position. Oh! Larson got really loose. Twitch Whiskers got really loose. And they both spin on the front straightaway. And now Ken takes over the race lead for the time being, but here comes Timac.
Nice. Now we're rolling. Right's clear.
He'll take the race lead for the time being, so it's Timac, Ken, Larson Rocks, Smokin' Joe. That's your top 4, folks. Smokin' Joe drives the number 7. Having a pretty solid year. Wasn't the year he was quite hoping for, but he's going to get a top 15 in the standings or better.
Flat tire.
Same can be said for Trouble for You in the number 10 car. He's normally a driver that's a top 5, top 6 caliber, and he's had somewhat of an average year in comparison to his previous seasons, and he's still going to get a top 15 or 10 point standings finish, but certainly was hoping for more. It's a very competitive series, NASCAR is. For more information, you can go to www.noscar.com to learn more about the schedules, the full race results, the history of NASCAR, the point standings, you name it. The rules, the regulations, the format for all 4 of our NASCAR series. We have 4 active NASCAR series, B Division leagues of NASCAR, hosted on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console, and we will have a 5th one coming soon. We have the NASCAR Milner Cup Series, which is 50% distance races with setups on. We have the NOSSCAR X2 Series, which is 20% distance races with setups off. That's the one you're watching right now. We have the NASCAR Endurance Series, 100% distance races with setups on. We have the NASCAR Sportsman Series for all drivers without a win in any NASCAR series yet. That'll be 10% distance races with no setups, very short races. And soon we will have the NASCAR Draft Series starting, which will be 4 races at Daytona, 4 races at Talladega in one season, 50% distance with setups off, and it's all restrictor plate racing. So we really do have a series for everybody, and like I said, for more information, go to NOSSCAR.com to sign up for any one of them. The details are at the very bottom of the homepage. The leader, Timac 11, is working lap 24 of 65. Ken is in second, Larson is in third, Smokin' Joe is in fourth.
Pouring the right tire down. Keep digging, buddy. Not over yet.
Ooh, Tyler Scott made contact with the wall there. Oh, he's going to go around. He tried to save it. He tried to save it. The 78 cars around in turn 4.
To go. Keep it going.
And it looks like the whole field is going to get by safely. I'm watching the map at the bottom left corner of the screen, folks.
Flat tire, flat tire. I told you. You're doing great. Nice and steady. Second place is way back.
Well, to be completely honest, Timac is doing everything that he needs to do in order to try to challenge Ken for the championship at the end of the day in the standings. He's the current leader. He's trying to get every point possible, so he's trying to lead the most laps and win the race. If Timac can do that, he just might be able to win the championship and figure out a way to beat Ken. Ken actually is now on pit road, so he surrenders second place to Larson. Smokin' Joe moves up to third. Dale Jr. making his NOSSCAR debut, in any NOSSCAR series actually, his debut. He now is up in fourth in the number 88 car.
I told you those tires wouldn't last.
Last season's NOSSCAR X2 Series champion Jay Taylor is sitting this season out. He is the team owner for JT Motorsports. He's sitting this season out and watching his boys race instead. And he decided to let Dale Jr. ride in the 88, and so far you can't say that he's disappointed. I guarantee it. I don't think you can say that he's running that thought through his mind at all, because Dale Jr.'s in fourth place on the lead lap and having a good run, and he seems to have a pretty good fuel mileage strategy as well. We haven't really talked too much about Twitch Whiskers. She had a tough break at Kansas Speedway. There was 12 different drivers in 2 different qualification races, and the top 8 advanced to the feature race, and she was unable to advance. Larson Rocks is on pit road in the 31 car, by the way. Surrendered second. And so Twitch Whiskers had a tough break there, but here she is at Atlanta, and she's having a good run. She's inside the top 10. I believe she's scored in the 8th position, having a solid day. And now Larson Rocks is on pit road for his second pit stop of the race. Timac remains on the track, so does Smokin' Joe, so does Dale Jr. And I believe Wood Dog is yet to make his second pit stop either, but he's scored 1 lap down. Remember, Wood Dog and Ricky both missed pit road earlier in this race. And now that's Tyler Scott coming up on Timac very quickly. He's got fresher tires, you can tell. Holy crap, and he just decided to drill Timac getting into the corner. I'm not sure what that was about. I'm going to remember that. In fact, I'm going to remember it sooner than he thinks I'm going to remember it. Oh. I'll get him later. I got worn tires.
The tire's blowing, you wore it out.
You got one coming.
Whatever you're doing, use
Timac stays out on the track once again. Question is, how far can he stretch it, and what's his fuel strategy plan when it comes to this race? Oh, looks like Tyler Scott made contact with the outside wall coming out of turn 2 that last time by. And I believe Dale Jr. is on pit road now. Yes, he is. He surrenders his position. And Smokin' Joe still on the racetrack in second, though.
Looks like you've worn the right tire down.
Ooh. Timac getting loose coming out of turn 4. Those tires are gone, and you can tell.
This lap, buddy. You're doing great. Nice and steady. Second place is way back.
Alright, I think Timac's coming in this time. Smokin' Joe came in. Wood Dog has not come in yet. I believe for the first bit after this pit stop, it'll be Ken as the race leader. He's running in 4th right now, and he pitted much before these guys, so he's had time to run on those new tires.
4 tires, you might as well fill her up. Okay, let's get this stuff figured out. Okay, we need to be fast here. In and out.
24 is on pit road. He's done everything he's needed to do so far. If you're just joining us, this is the final race of Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series, a no custom setup series with 20% distance races of real-life races, and with no cautions except for at Daytona and Talladega. Hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console.
Outside, trying to get to your corner. The tire's blowing.
And now after pit stops, there's the margin. Ken is your race leader, Timac in 2nd, Larson in 3rd, and we got to report Ricky is now out of the race. Well, 51 car is out, folks.
It's all you, baby. We got this. Right side's clear.
Timac gets around Ken for the race lead. So now Ricky's out of the race, so is Throbbing Bane, so is your done son. So there are 12 cars left on the racetrack, and that's Humpy in the 43 car. He got very out of shape there that last time through turns 1 and 2. I am rhyming once in a while, guys, and I'm really not trying to do that. So after the second round of pit stops, Timac is in the lead, Ken is in second, Larson Rocks in the 31 car in third, Smokin' Joe in the 7 car in fourth, Dale Jr. in the 88 car is in fifth. Remember, Ken came down pit road a lot sooner than a lot of these other guys though, so expect him on pit road much sooner than a lot of these other guys that are running in the top 5. In fact, it seems like it's Timac 11 and Smokin' Joe that are making it the furthest on fuel every single run. Fuel and tires, because those tires, man, they wear fast at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and every driver will tell you that once your car's tires are worn, your car is a whole different car at that point. Coming into this race, Ken in the 47 car has a 2-point lead over Timac in the 24 in the point standings. If Timac can somehow pull off the win, that might catapult the 24 and that team into the championship spot. Remember, Season 1 and 2 champion is Timac 11. Season 3 X2 Series champion is Lord Wise. Season 4 champion is Jay Taylor. And now we're trying to find out who the Season 5 champion is going to be. Is it going to be Ken in the 47 or Timac in the 24? Throbbing Bane entered this race with a shot to win the championship as well in the number 5 car, but he is out of the race, and I believe he's going to get a 14th place finish here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 12 cars left on the racetrack. We had a total of 20 drivers try to qualify for tonight's Atlanta Motor Speedway feature race. The top 8 from the 2 qualification races advanced to tonight's feature race. It's a system that we do if there's more than 16 drivers online that want to race, in order to give everybody a fair chance to compete. Many different online racing league hosts simply just say the first 16 drivers in the lobby are eligible and we're rolling. I prefer to have it a lot more organized. For example, we have social media accounts, we have a private Facebook group for the drivers, we have a website, we have a lot of different things that notify drivers on how we're going to run things, and the format we have set up for all 5 of our series allows all the drivers to have a fair chance to compete. Larson Rocks on pit road. Ken on pit road much before he was. Smokin' Joe up to second, Dale Jr. up to third.
The tire's blown. You wore it out. We having fun out there?
The Season 5 NOSSCAR X2 Series Championship race is brought to you in part by Milner Transport, the new sponsor of the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. The series is now known as the NOSSCAR Milner Cup Series. Very excited to have them on board. Search Milner Transport on Facebook. Give their Facebook page a like and check out all the good services that that company can provide for you.
It's coming low. Inside's clear.
Oh boy. So here comes Tyler Scott in the 78 again. Let's see if he's gonna be just as rough as he was before. He's got fresher tires. He's off sequence from where I'm at. So that's why he's coming at me with a bunch of steam every time. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let him by because I don't really trust him. There we go. A lot of debris sitting towards the top of turn 2 when you go to exit turn 2. That can cut down a tire pretty quickly. Alright, so the question becomes, when does Timac come down pit road? When does Smokin' Joe and Dale Jr., when do they come down pit road? We know that Ken in the 47 car has to make it the rest of the distance on fuel. I really misworded that. Ken needs to make a pit stop. There's no way he can make the rest of the distance on fuel, the 47 car, the points leader. He got off sequence by pitting very early in the race rather than trying to stay on regular fuel schedule, and it's put him behind the 8 ball a little bit here in the late stages of the race.
No one's going to touch you out here today.
Timac coming up on a couple of lap cars, but I think one of those is actually Tyler Scott, so he's not going to catch the 78. He's probably not going to catch anybody before he's got to make his green flag pit stop. He's getting a little loose coming out of turn 2, the race leader. We do know that Timac has clinched the bonus point for leading the most laps, so if he wins the race, he will get the 26 points, and that is crucial. That is what he needs. So if Timac wins this race, he is your Season 5 NOSSCAR X2 Series champion. It'll be by either 1 or 2 points over Ken. I would need to double check, but I'm in the middle of racing. I did the points math before the race began. Timac needed to win the race and lead the most laps. If he won the race without leading the most laps, he and Ken would be at a dead tie. And oh no! Timac saves it. He's going to try to continue. That was crucial. That was crucial. His championship hopes are really fading. And here comes Ken actually in the 47 right behind him. He's going to get around him here. But remember, we think Ken's got a pit before the end of the race. And I think that Timac's coming to pit road this time. He can't really chance it any further. He's way out of shape there. That was scary. And he's still out of shape. The tires are gone on the 24 machine, so he's coming down pit road to make some adjustments. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel. Punisher Drummer's on pit road. He's leaving right now. Oh, it was a scary moment for the race leader, Timac, over there in the 24 car.
Awesome job, guys. Great.
And now Ken is your race leader, but remember, he's going to have to pit before the end of the race. Smokin' Joe has already made his final pit stop. Larson Rocks has made his final pit stop. The question is, did any of that damage do any major significant harm to the handling of the race car for Timac in the 24? Because he didn't make any attempt to try to repair it. It looks pretty bad. Now, Ken's got a 7.7 second lead over Timac, but we're fairly certain that he's not able to make it to the end on fuel. If Ken, who is the points leader, cannot make it to the end on fuel, Timac will be in the catbird seat. He will be in the prime seat to win the race. And now here comes the 47 car. He is on pit road. He got the bonus point for leading a lap, but he's now going to have to surrender the lead to Timac. And now the leaders have 12 laps to go. The leader Timac now working lap 54 of 65. He has an 11-second gap over Smokin' Joe in the number 7 car, who is currently scored in second. Dale Jr. making his series debut, runs in third. Now Ken is off pit road, I believe, and we're getting a report that he may have actually just went with fuel only, but the question is, are his tires going to hold up all the way until the end of the race? Now there's a whole bunch of cars coming down pit road, guys. The bottom left corner of your screen, you can see the map, and there's 2 cars on pit road, and there's 1 car leaving pit road down the back straightaway now.
Time to go.
But as of right now, it is Timac, Smokin' Joe, Dale Jr., and Ken, the top 4. If Dale Jr. holds on for third, that's one of the best performances in a NASCAR race debut that we've probably ever seen. Great job by Dale Jr. in the number 88 car to come on over here to the NOSSCAR X2 Series and perhaps land himself a podium finish. Very good job.
Go.
8 laps to go for Timac.
Looks like you've worn the right tire down.
Timac has slowed his pace quite a bit. No need to push it. He probably has enough fuel to get to the finish, but he might be more concerned with the tires than the fuel.
To go. Keep digging, buddy. Not over yet.
And remember, guys, the points format for the NOSSCAR X2 Series, even though it's a 22 race season, it is all about the drivers' 8 highest points accumulations from races. That is what makes up their total amount of points in the standings.
Flat tire, flat tire. I told you.
So if Ken does not finish in second with the most laps led or more or better, then he does not gain any points from this race. And he's got a huge gap in between he and Smokin' Joe, who currently runs in second. Timac 11 needs to win this race and lead the most laps in order to win the championship and take it from Ken. Coming into this race, Timac in the 24 was 2 laps behind Ken in the 47 in the point standings. As they run right now, Timac's got the championship in his hands. And it will be by 1 single point, folks. Timac will finish the season with 199 points, and Ken will finish with 198 if Timac can hold on for another 4 laps.
I told you those tires wouldn't last.
And Ken did not lead a lap, or lead the most laps. He led a lap though, so he's going to finish. There's no way he can finish better than second unless he runs down these guys somehow. And even if he finishes in second, that'll give him 23 points. Timac will get 26. And when that happens for Timac, it bumps out one of the races for Timac where 23 points was one of his best finishes, and it no longer becomes one of his best finishes. So this is it right here, man. Remember, the championship standings are not official until we add everything up. But we've got everything figured here. 2 laps to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway for Timac in the 24 car.
The tire's blown. You wore it out.
Humpy's telling everyone that he's a couple laps down and he's not competing for a championship, so he's giving everyone plenty of room. Very respectful driver. Timac 11 coming around at a turn 4 to take the white flag. The 1 lap to go mark.
You got it. We can do this all day.
And remember, guys, if he can make it around one more time, he becomes a 3-time NOSSCAR X2 Series champion. He rounds turn 3 and 4 for the final time. Timac, in the number 24, wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Way to go, brother. Great job. Just a great job all around.
He becomes a 3-time NOSSCAR X2 Series champion. Wow, what a race, guys.
Good job. Good job,
Humpy saying good job to Ken and Timac. He knows exactly what these guys were going through. What a race, folks. What a season. 22 race season. Over 40 drivers participated in at least one race. And it came down to the final race where Timac wins and leads the most laps and therefore wins the championship. What a race, folks. This race was brought to you by Milner Transport. Search Milner Transport on Facebook. Give their page a like. They are the new sponsor of the NOSSCAR Milner Cup Series, previously known as the NOSSCAR B Cup Series. What a race. There are the results. The unofficial results, because sometimes the results are wrong. For example, Twitch Whiskers did not finish 7 laps down. In fact, I believe she was either 1 lap down or 2. So we will definitely need to look into that. Thank you very, very much for joining us, guys. This was the championship race here from Season 5 of the NOSSCAR X2 Series. We'll see you again next season. Go to www.noscar.com to learn more about all 5 NOSSCAR B Division leagues that are hosted on the NASCAR 15 video game on the PlayStation 3 console. We'll see you next time, guys.